founder too. Alex and Instagram. Hello, everybody on Facebook and YouTube. It's your girl Cherie here. I am here to talk with you tonight about how the rich invest in the stock market, and more importantly, how you can too. How you can invest like the rich. So please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to like the video, give it a thumbs up, share the video, talk with me tonight. I hopefully should be able to see everybody in the chat, so don't forget to say hello. Hello to me. Hello, Dardis. Hello, Michael Jackson. Good to see all of you here. Okay, so first of all, we are the 10K Project. I am one of the co-founders. We are the largest community of Black investors who actively fund Black-owned businesses. And minimum investment is $100. The whole idea is if 10,000 of us came together, for example, and we each put just $100 into investing in a business, then that's $1 million. We can start funding our own companies instead of waiting for celebrities to come and save us, waiting for the government to come and save us, waiting for big business to come and save us. We can start doing this from the ground up and make it a real ground floor movement. We can also profit from our own innovations, which we know from history that we have invented some amazing things that we haven't gotten credit for. We can also create jobs which are so desperately needed in the community, and we can work to get together to build Black wealth. So I see Tawana here from DMV, Real Deal Financial. Hey, Real Deal. Everybody, don't forget to put your city and state in the chat. Y'all know we love that. That way we can tell where everyone is coming from. Thank you so much. So the10kproject.com. If you want to be an investor as little as $100 every week, on Tuesdays, we get together, we invite an entrepreneur to come in order to pitch their investment to us. And these investments are regulated by the Securities and Exchange Commission and FINRA, which stands for the Financial Industry Regulation Authority. So you all are, the investments that we listen to and that we invest in are done through proper protocol through the US government. So we're going to talk a lot more about that, but let's talk a little bit about the rich and how the rich invest in the stock market. Okay, so about a year ago, we had a woman named Vanessa Braxton who came on our platform to talk about how the rich invest. And she is one of the rich. She actually has a family office, an official one, which you need millions of dollars within your family in order to get into these family offices. She does come from legacy wealth, but she's, regular down home girl, right? And she's telling us about how the rich invest. And one of the things she told us was she invested in Coinbase pre-IPO. If you're not familiar with what Coinbase is, it is probably the largest crypto exchange out there where people are able to buy cryptocurrency. She has invested in so many deals pre-IPO. This is how the rich invest. They don't typically buy retail. They buy everything before it goes on the stock market. Another person who did this recently who had a huge win was Snoop Dogg. And we talked about Snoop and Nas a couple of weeks ago in our session, and we talked about the fact that Robinhood just did an IPO, and when Snoop and Nas bought, they bought for 19.54 cents, less than 20 cents per share. Snoop apparently put in about $20,000, and the day that the stock IPO'd, which was about close to a decade later, it IPO'd at $34.82. That means he took his $20,000 and turned it into $3.4 million. So tonight's session is all about how you can do the same. Now, of course, we have to say results are not guaranteed because we don't have a crystal ball here, and we also need to protect ourselves from the SEC. We also have to say that these investments are risky. But my goal tonight is to educate you about how the how the rich invest in these types of opportunities, and how you can too through the 10K project. So uh, in 2016, there was the Jobs Act. The Jobs Act of 2012 was passed in 2012. It actually came to fruition, or it was enacted in 2016. And what did the Jobs Act of 2012 do? Before 2012, the only people that could get access to these really good, really sweet deals were the rich, were people called accredited investors. And an accredited investor is an individual who makes more than 200,000 per year, or a couple who makes over 300,000 per year, or a person who has over $1 million in net worth, excluding their primary home. So you cannot include your primary home. Well, for most of us, we don't fit in that category. So we were left out of a lot of generational wealth that others would have access to because we weren't earning those types of funds. We weren't earning that type of money. Also, if we were earning that type of money, sometimes it was still hard for us to get into these deals because you had to be introduced to the deals. You had to have people on the inside, and all of them were passing these deals amongst each other. And they're doing like Snoop did, put in 20,000, end up with 3.4 million, right? So the Jobs Act enabled us to be able to do the same thing. What it did was it said, hey, we're going to let everyday people like you and I who don't have a whole lot of money, but we still want to participate in this type of investing, we're going to let you all do this. Now, this is governed by the Securities and Exchange Commission and FINRA, as I said, these types of investments are, which means that the entrepreneurs that are doing these types of offerings, they have to go through the SEC and get approval. And I have to say right now that just because they've gone through the SEC doesn't mean that they have like a favorable campaign. So we want to be honest about that. But at least you know that the government has checked to make sure that they're a real person, that they have a legitimate business in terms of the LLC filings and things like that. So that's one of the great things about crowdfunding, and specifically equity crowdfunding, that we do within the 10K project. So everybody on Instagram, it's the10kproject.com if you want to check out the website and learn more. Is that this is governed by the Securities and Exchange Commission. This is something called Regulation CF. CF stands for crowdfunding, or sometimes you'll hear it called Reg CF. But an entrepreneur can raise anywhere from $10,000 to $5 million. And this is a new asset class that you and I can participate in. So just like any financial advisor would tell you, you want to diversify what you're putting your money into. Yes, you want some real estate. I see Real Deal here, right? He talks about that all the time. Yes, you want some tax liens. Yes, you want some stocks like retail stocks. I bought some Lowe's and Home Depot a few weeks ago, thank goodness, before the hurricane season. And I'm very, very sorry for everybody who was caught up with the hurricanes in New York and New Jersey and Louisiana. But yes, you want to have these other types of investments as well, gold, silver, things like that. But you also want to consider these types of investments for a small portion of your portfolio as well. This is how we build wealth. So some people, I had a person a couple of days ago say, you all are like Shark Tank for Black people. And that's true. That's true. So if you think about how the sharks make money, they do the same thing. They get in early with the company and they build a portfolio of companies that they're investing in. So they don't just invest in one and forget it. They invest in a lot of different companies, and certain companies will become what's called unicorns, meaning that they're worth $1 billion or more. Certain ones will, be worth $100 million or $500 million. Or even if in our community, if we invested let's say $200,000, $300,000 into a business and it grew to $20 million, that's a huge win, especially if they are employing people in the community and they are bringing wealth back to the community and bringing opportunity back to the community. So again, Shark Tank for Black people, Shark Tank for Black businesses, Shark Tank for Black investors. I will say we have investors from other ethnicities. So we do welcome investors from other ethnicities that want to see some really great, extraordinary Black entrepreneurs. Yes, you are welcome, but we do focus on funding the Black entrepreneur because the Black entrepreneur is the least funded person out there. However, there was a McKinsey report that said when our businesses are properly funded, we make just as much money as any other ethnically founded group. However, our businesses usually start off with 1/3 of the capital of other ethnicities. We start off with 33%. For every dollar that other people get, we get 33 cents. And, I think of my mama Dell. Some of you have a big mama. We know how to make a way out of no way. However, these days we can truly capitalize our businesses by coming together. And again, the 10K project is a simple concept of if 10,000 of us come together, we put in $100 each, that's $1 million. We can start funding our own businesses and we can profit if and when that company does well. So the10kproject.com, somebody's saying here, I want to be on Black Shark Tank. So in order to do that, you need to go through Tawana, my co-founder. And we also are going to have a course to further educate entrepreneurs on how to do the crowdfunding process. But you can come to the10kproject.com, Chicago Coffee app, come to the10kproject.com and go to the contact information and give us your information, and we'll make sure to get it to Tawana so she can send you some information with regards to that. So you may be asking as an investor, okay, but what kind of returns can I really get? Now, I have to say this first, we cannot guarantee returns because these are risky investments. However, there has been some historical data that has been collected with regards to these types of investments. So, for example, the S&P 500, that's the stock market, typically gets around 8% per year. It goes up and down, but it typically gets 8%. Real estate gets anywhere from 15%, 20%. Some people do better depending on if they're putting cash in, what kind of neighborhood they're investing in, etc. Angel investing, which is what we're talking about, early stage angel investing gets anywhere from 25% to 46%. Now, this is long-term investing. So they looked over the span of 25 years. So you build a portfolio. But if you build a portfolio of I went to Angel University. There's like an Angel Investor University. And the gentleman that started with $1 million and now has 100 million just from investing in businesses like this. And he said, the minimum amount of companies that you want to have in your portfolio is 25. And again, every week we invite a Black entrepreneur to the 10K Project, aka Black Shark Tank, so you can build that portfolio and you don't have to invest every week as well. Like we have people who are really spreading their money out as well so that they can make sure to get in to those companies that they feel super excited about. But I will tell you this, every Tuesday is an exciting entrepreneur, every Tuesday. So when we look at, now again, you only want to put a small amount of your investable portfolio into these types of businesses, but when we look at these types of businesses, we see that you can have potentially a great return on investment with this asset class. And everybody, YouTube, Facebook, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your family and friends. Um, Chicago's asking, can we get help with the SEC certification application? Yes, you can. So if you come to the contact page of the10kproject.com, we have resources for you. Just put in the notes that you want some help with the SEC application, and we will send you to the appropriate person who can help you with that. Um, so about the 10K project. Uh, Yes, some people call it Black Shark Tank. We call it a bet on black pitch. That's our official term that we have within the 10K project. And every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we invite a Black entrepreneur to come and present their investment opportunity to the community. Again, these opportunities go through the Securities and Exchange Commission and FINRA. That is the process that they have to take in order to be approved by the government so that they can present their investment opportunity to us. And Tawana actually goes through the protocol of sourcing these deals for us, of finding these great entrepreneurs, talking with them, making sure they have all of their SEC paperwork filled out and everything's above board, at least from the SEC and FINRA's point of view, right? So they come and they spend about 15 to 30 minutes presenting their business to us. We have seen everything from tech companies to medical to water cleaning technology to skincare, shoe manufacturer, um, uh, uh, we call it vegan foods, all sorts of stuff. So we get high tech, low tech, mostly products. I don't think we've had any services yet. Everything has been a product, but these have been some phenomenal companies that come to the Bet on Black pitch in order to present to us. Now, some of you may be saying, Cherie, I got a standing appointment on Tuesdays. I can't come to Tuesday. No problem. We send a replay. We send a replay on Tuesday night. We send a replay on Wednesday. We send a replay on Thursday. And until the campaigns close twice a week, you will get the historical Bet on Black pitches. So if you join tonight, for example, you will get to see all the Bet on Black pitches that are still open. So, you can basically go through and you can hear them. You can go to the campaign pages. You can check them out. We also do a lot of education with regards to how to be an angel investor and how to review the Form C, how to review the campaign pages, what you're looking for, etc. But the 10K project is so much more than that because we talked about the investors, you and me putting in $100, $200, $500 into a campaign. We talked about the entrepreneurs that are coming to present, but we haven't talked about the third group of people. So when we started the 10K project, one of the big things we were concerned about was, let's say we raise $1 million for a company. They raise the money from the community. What are they raising the money for? They're usually raising it to hire people full-time, hire people part-time, hire people for independent contractor work. They may need an accountant, a graphic designer, a lawyer, etc. I'm a big believer in Powernomics, so is Tawana, my co-founder. Powernomics is group economics. If we put $1 million into a company, we want to encourage them to spend the money, invest the money, hire within the community. Obviously, we cannot force anyone to do this, but we highly encourage it, right? So what we've done, the third group of people are service providers. So let's say that you are a graphic designer. We have an expert directory within the 10K project. And you are able, as a member, to add yourself to the expert directory. The entrepreneurs come to the expert directory in order to look for a graphic designer. They find you. They've raised this $1 million from the community. Why wouldn't they come back and utilize us who actually help fund their business? So now all of a sudden, instead of that black dollar lasting 6 hours in the community, can we stretch it in any way? Can we stretch it? Do I think we'll ever be on par with our other counterparts? No. But suppose we can just turn it into it lasts 5 days in the community, right? What that would do for us economically in this country. So everybody on Instagram, the10kproject.com, Facebook, YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share the video. Please share, share, share. Thank you so much. Yes, and Tweet Talk, thank you so much for being here, saying put your questions in the question bubble. I hope I see the question bubble if people have questions. I'm not ignoring you. I'm kind of new to Instagram, so I'm really working on it. So then the final question is, is this right for you? Is being a part of the 10K project right for you? If you have a love for the community, and it doesn't mean you're against any other communities, but you really just want to see us grow, thrive, see our businesses move forward so that we're able to hire people, so that there's actually a study that says the more Black businesses we have, the less we have in youth violence. If you believe in that, is like Harvard sociologists prove this out. It's just not Cherie talking, right? If you believe in the power of the community, if you believe that we can practice group economics, then this is a place for you. If you believe that that the future is so bright for us and you just want to be a part of it, then this is right for you. If you want to be an angel investor and you want to potentially earn a return on the businesses, then this is right for you. If you have a kid or a grandkid and you want to show them Black excellence every single week because you're tired of what the media is saying, then this is right for you. Let me put a pin in that. We have a member who has an 11-year-old daughter, and he has a family bank, and we start family banks within the 10K project. And he told me that so Tuesdays at 8 p.m., she's a little young, so she's asleep. But every weekend, they sit together in front of the big screen. He puts in a laptop, and they watch the Bet on Black pitch together as father-daughter. And every week, he says to her, hey, what do you think of this? Do you want to invest in this company? And if they say yes, they have their family vote. And if they say yes, they take money from the family bank, which is an LLC, and you can do that as well. They take money from the family bank and they put it into the investment. So, and then she gets to see like how the company is progressing. The entrepreneurs will send out newsletters about what they're doing. If you become an investor, they do it sometimes through the platform and sometimes through a separate email list. But this is multi-generational excellence that we're doing here. So I hope I said something tonight that inspired you to want to be a part of the 10K project. The10kproject.com for all my Instagram people, the10kproject.com. I want for my YouTube people, Facebook people, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe. If you're still not sure, there are two things you can do. Number one is the10kproject.com. Come to the contact page and ask me your questions if you have something private that you want to ask me. Tawana and I, are open with our responses. We'll be very honest with our responses, to you, and you can figure out if this is something that you want to do. Number two, we have Family and Friend Day coming up. That is right. On this coming Monday, September 13th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Family and Friend Day is coming up for everybody in YouTube and Facebook. If you go to the description box, click on that link. You can come to Family and Friend Day. We're going to be taking questions and answers from the community. We also have a special guest, two actually guests coming through. We are giving away $100 to the person who invites the most people to Family and Friend Day. And you do not need to be a member to get the $100 Amazon gift card, but your invitees must be on the Zoom call for you to get your money. But it's going to be fun. Games, prizes. We're giving away more than just that $100 Amazon gift card. We've got other money and other prizes that we're giving away and things like that. It's going to be great fun. And it's also a great chance for you to ask your questions as well. So if you want to learn more about us, the10kproject.com. I want to thank everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram here for listening to me tonight. Again, the10kproject.com. This is how the rich invest in the stock market, and the 10K Project is how you can too. So definitely come check us out, and we'll see you on Monday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.